last week of the campaign, there have been debates, interviews, and many other events going on. But if I could sit down with you at your kitchen table or in your living room, this is what I'd tell you. In the last 2 years, our Congress has been the least productive and most ineffective Congress in the history of our country, and you couldn't get affordable health care if you had a pre-existing condition. But we have a lot of work to do to get America moving again in the right direction and to protect the American dream. Now, Senator Albert believes that taxing the rich less and the poor more is a fair policy that will improve our country. In other words, she's trying to make the staggering income inequality worse in this country by giving more tax breaks to those who need them the least. She is more interested in protecting big businesses, the same people who caused the recession, instead of Americans like you. But here's my plan. First, we get Congress working for the people they were elected to represent again, not for whomever puts the most in their wallet. We will pass legislation that gets private interests out of policymaking, so those that are writing the laws for the people, not to increase the profits of their benefactors. Secondly, we pass legislation that I believe is long overdue and that a majority of America also believes in: legalizing gay marriage and recreational marijuana. It isn't our government's place to say who you can or can't love. Also, our First Amendment protects the right to practice your own religion, but that also means you can't prosecute or hold prejudices for being different due to their beliefs. The war against drugs has cost our country trillions of dollars, and the time has come to control marijuana instead of fight it. By taking it out of the hands of illegal dealers on the streets, and instead putting it in regulated establishments, we can not only keep a closer eye on this harmless drug, but also collect billions in tax dollars to help improve our country. Third, we help protect our future by reinvesting in our education system. In the past couple of decades, we have slipped from being the leaders in education to average to below average. We need to reinvigorate our education system by improving public education by relocating federal funds from our overbloated military back into our students. We will cut class sizes in half, improve teacher pay, and make sure people living in lower income communities can still have a quality education. We will also ensure that secondary education is easier to afford by expanding federal aid and by cutting tuition in half. A college education should not be a luxury, but necessary for everyone and our country as a whole to progress. And lastly, the NSA has overstepped their bounds and in their pointless searches into everyone's data. They have ignored our Fourth Amendment right by doing countless searches without warrants, and I believe that is wrong. We will try to grab the reins on the NSA and try to pull them back into a reasonable size so that they're not overstepping their boundaries like they have in the past. Abraham Lincoln said it the best when he said that government should be of the people, for the people, and by the people. And I believe with me as president that we could create a government that works for the people. If you believe in me, please vote for me, and thank you for listening. I'm Senator Steiner, and I approve this message.